travelers, we're here at McFleshman's in Appleton, Wisconsin. And, we have the Hop Passport. And, of course, McFleshman's is in the Hop Passport.
One of the main reasons we're here tonight.
One of the main reasons, but not the only reason.
No, of course not.
McFleshman's is a great place, or at least so I've heard. This is my first time here. So we have Layla from McFleshman's. And, of course, everybody knows Andy.
Hi.
That occasionally is on the vlog.
Every now and then.
Every now and again when you can work up the muster to come up to Eau Claire.
Yep.
So we have Layla. And, Layla, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about McFleshman's?
Absolutely. I'm Layla Cowper, and I am the taproom manager here at McFleshman's Brewing Company in the lovely downtown Appleton, Wisconsin. Here at McFleshman's Brewing Company, we specialize in traditional British ales and German lagers.
Awesome.
So
of our
that's
favorites. Yeah.
Yes.
The traditional styles. I like to call it the beer-flavored beer.
Yes.
Not a lot of bells and whistles, just solid, delicious beers.
Right.
Although we do a few bells and whistles, too. So.
Yeah.
You gotta roll those out every now and then.
I mean, it gets boring. Variety is the spice of life here,
Exactly.
So, Yeah.
Do you ever get somebody that just comes in and goes, I would like a beer-flavored beer?
It's sometimes it's in codes.
Oh,
It's,
sure.
I want something very light.
Yeah.
What do you have that tastes the closest to insert large commercially produced beer here?
Right.
And I think what they're meaning there is beer-flavored beer.
Yes.
But then we have the other side of that coin, which is a whole lot more happy of some of our beers are just beer-flavored beer. Like we do an MSB, a very traditional cask-conditioned MSB, and it is everything a beer should ever be. And people are like, that's just beer-flavored beer.
Yep.
Yes.
It is,
Hooray
and you
beer.
like it.
Yes.
So there's a light side and a dark side.
So we have some beer to try today, of course. And
I think the first one here is the German-style lager, correct?
Absolutely. So this first one is our Pirate's Cove. That is a Munich-style Helles lager. So it's going to be very crisp, very clean. It's going to have a little bit of grainy sweetness to it. This one's served on CO2, so nothing special on the gases there. Just a very delicious, drinkable beer.
Yeah. Light body, light in color, but still full flavor, which is always good.
And I mean, crystal clear. Look at that. You could read like 8-point font through that thing. It's so clean.
Yeah, that's a beautiful color.
Clean. Features a lot of German hops on there, so it kind of has that background of those. I always kind of think I'm a little bit more on the melony kind of side of that hop profile there.
Yeah. That's where some of that sweetness comes on the back end there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Not as stanky as the term I like to use as the Czech Pilsners.
Exactly. Those kind of hit me a little more floral, more perfumey on that side of things, where these are a little bit more rounder, kind of have a little bit sweeter back end on them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's a very good beer.
Yeah.
Definitely our best seller week over week, month over month. We've got this one actually out in distribution. It's in cans. There is some lovely can art that a friend of ours, Leif Larson, a local artist, he was born here in Appleton, grew up. He's actually over in Oshkosh now. We share him. It's okay. We don't feel bad. But he...
it's that whole Fox Valley mentality where
exactly.
separate cities, but you might as well be the
We're
same
all
city.
together.
Yeah.
It's like your extended family there.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, he designed our can art for the Pirate's Cove, which is actually named after a bar. This building used to be 2 buildings connected. Okay. We have a lovely beer garden next door to the tap room. Where that beer garden is, it's a parking lot right now. There's snow. You don't want to hang out there. But in the summertime, it's a lovely beer garden. And where that is, we have that space downtown because it used to be a building that was connected to ours.
Okay.
It burned down. It's sad. But a lot of locals remember it up until about the mid-'80s as quite the rowdy bar called the Pirate's Cove. So if you have a little bit of history, you got to harken back to that.
Sure.
And then I also get to say yar when I serve it. I get a yar. So.
Always makes the job a little bit more fun.
I mean, Talk Like a Pirate Day goes over real well here.
Oh, yeah. That's a great day.
So before we get back into the rest of the lineup here, why don't you tell us a little bit about the history of McFleshman's?
Absolutely. So McFleshman's Brewing Company, we have been here. May made our 1-year anniversary, so we're rapidly coming up on our 2-year anniversary.
That's great.
They grow up so fast. Our principal owners are Bobby and Allison McCoy Fleshman, hence the McFleshman's Brewing Company.
Kind of
That's
a
kind of where our
portmanteau.
name comes from. Yeah. And it's also a little bit because McCoy's kind of Irish, British, and we do the British ales, Irish ales.
Sure.
And then Fleshman is kind of like the Americanized Fleischmann, so very German. So we can kind of, I mean, you got to push it a little hard, but it's there.
Right.
It's there.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But yeah, so they're principal owners, and we actually, all of us that are associated with McFleshman's Brewing Company are Oklahoma transplants.
Wow.
We all moved here from Oklahoma. We were all in a homebrew club called the Yeasty Boys, because that's cool.
Right.
That's where we all met, and Bobby and Allison were going to the University of Oklahoma to get their PhDs, which they graduated. Super smart folks. He is PhD of astrophysics, and she is physical chemistry. So, like I said, crazy, crazy smart people. Not me. I know about the beer. That's it. That's the pinnacle of my knowledge. But fortunately, we have these very intelligent people that make the beer better. But yeah, they graduated, and Bobby immediately went out to California to UC Davis because, PhD isn't enough school yet.
Right.
And got his master's in brewing out there, and our master brewing degree. And then Al got tenure track here at the Lawrence University in downtown Appleton, which is what brought us all up here to Appleton. Sure. And they wanted to start a brewery, kind of good town for that. And they call us. We were still back in Oklahoma without them in the homebrew club. And they were like, hey, we're going to do this brewery thing, And we're like, that's exciting. How fun is that? We can't wait to visit. And they're like, yeah, about that visit. What if you were to quit your jobs and sell your house and move to the frozen north and make beer? And we were like, that's exactly what we're doing, because who doesn't want to run away with the brewery circus, right? So that's what we did. So yeah, we came up here and we specialize in these traditional British ales and German lagers. It's kind of slowly becoming history at that,
That's great. Yeah. So are you all Sooner fans then?
I do not sports ball, although Go
You
Pack
don't
Go.
You don't sports ball?
I've learned if you say you don't sports ball, you have to say Go Pack Go. Old at Aaron Rodgers. Very important.
You're even getting the accent down. Good job.
I'm working on it. Let me sneak past you real quick here.
There. Yeah, you bet.
Oh, the Ops.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, not. I'm more into Derby. I'm a Derby girl.
Okay.
But yes, Bobby and Allison and all the Fleshman clan, big Sooner fans there.
I won't tell you who I root for then.
I just Boomer Sooner, and we're gonna leave it at that. All right.
Okay, great.
Awesome. Well, shall we get into the second beer that we have here in the lineup?
Yes. The second beer that we have in this lineup is our White Horse Porter. This is one of those cask condition ales we specialize in.
Okay.
One of the few joints you can find not one, not two, not three, but 4 whole beer engines. We really built this brewery and built this building to allow us to do cask conditioned ales really well. We have a Firkin conditioning room upstairs.
Awesome.
We invested in Firkins, which, let me tell you, is some of the most expensive cooperage out there in the world.
I can only imagine. Yeah.
Ooh, but yeah, so we do cask conditioned ales right. So if not everyone's familiar. We brew them just as normal, and then we put them in these casks. Our size is called a firkin.
Yep.
And then we add finings, and we add priming sugars, and depending on the recipe, additional dry hops or ingredients. They naturally carbonate in there, which is where those fancy beer engines come in. We pump them out of
Those
the casks.
are the big ones that you have to get a little bit of an arm workout.
Yeah, no, I'm seriously going to go on the Price is Right. I'm going to get on the wheel, and I'm going to kill it because I got like these big casks. Okay. But yeah, so it's a cask conditioned ale. The White Horse Porter is a traditional English porter. It's going to be very chocolatey. It's going to be very creamy. It gives those very rounded edges.
A lot of those chocolate malts on the nose right there.
All right, there. It'll kind of get you in the nose.
And the people that have never had a cask ale before, you're really missing out, because it is one of the smoothest beers you will ever
Absolutely.
have.
The delicacy that conditioning process gives a beer, and that lower carbonation really lets you get some of the nuances of the flavors. And then we also hold these at cellar temperature. So they're 54 degrees.
Yep.
So you don't have to let it warm up. It's already at that perfect temperature to enjoy those darker flavors and those more nuances.
Now, if you like a cold Bud Light, you probably won't like it very much.
But try it.
But try it anyway.
Now. You never know until you try it.
Always try it.
And I mean,
there
look
is
how
a
cute that
difference,
glass is.
and there is a difference between cellar temperature and room temperature. You said it was 54 degrees.
54 degrees, not 72.
Right.
Yes. Because like sometimes you have to be very sly and polite about asking folks like, are you familiar with cask conditioned ales? Because I don't want you bringing this back up here and telling me that it's hot and flat, because we're going to have a conversation. And it's going to be real pleasant, but you're going to feel like you learned too much for how much beer you've drank.
I've gotten into arguments with people that have gone over to Europe, and they said, they serve warm beer. No, they don't.
Oh, it's cellar temperature.
I know that they didn't give you a Bud Light that was 25
so cold
degrees.
you couldn't taste it.
I also don't have any ice here for our non-alcoholic or water or anything like that. And it's mainly because ice machines are really expensive, but a little bit because in England they don't believe in ice. And
Interesting.
look at this room. Yeah. It's a twofer right there.
I spent some time in Europe. I love the beer.
It's good beer over there.
Everything is great over there. Oh, and by the way, those of you that are listening to this, we all just took a drink at the same time.
Yep.
So
Sorry for the dead air.
sorry for the dead air.
It was really good.
You'll have that. It was so good. So I mean, we have a really smooth beer because it's a cask, but then we moved to nitro.
That's right. We also have, in addition to our 4 beer engines, we have 2 nitro taps. So we generally have 2 nitro beers on. Generally stay in the Irish beer kind of wheelhouse there. Mm-hmm. The one I've got up here for us today to try is our Public House Pint. Well, with this being a pub, why not have the Public House Pint there? Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a nitro serve dry Irish stout. I mean, I like a little bit of trivia in my beer. I like beer with a side of trivia.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
Guinness actually the company Guinness in Dublin, Ireland, invented the concept of nitrogenating beers to recreate the look and feel of cask conditioning.
Okay.
In a cask conditioned beer, you use those sparklers at the end of the beer engine, which gives you that cascade, gives you that cream head, the rounder flavor, lower carbonation levels. Guinness didn't want to mess around with their profit margins on wasting that time on cask conditioning, so their research and development department figured out that if you just shove a bunch of nitrogen in there, it looks the same and it kind of gets that same effect. But now it's become so traditional. We as a traditional brewery do all 3 gas styles there on beers.
Same but different.
And then part of the reason is just nitrogen creates a smaller bubble, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so not only does it create a smaller bubble, but unlike CO2 that likes to be in liquid, nitrogen hates to be in liquid. So it's always trying to get out. That's that cascade where it looks like the bubbles are going the wrong way.
Yeah, that nice little...
But then it's weird, like CO2, I got scientists on staff, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah,
but CO2 bubbles want to keep, forming together and getting bigger and bigger bubbles, where nitrogen bubbles, they're antisocial. They want to stay little bubbles. So that's why even though the head's dead on that one and the head's dead on that one, right there, that head stays on that beer.
You can comment below which bubble you are. I don't know about you, but I'm a nitrogen bubble.
There we go.
You are a nitrogen bubble.
I'm a little antisocial
I can attest to that.
sometimes.
Yeah, Andy can attest to that.
Yeah. Troy's probably the cask one. There's not much bubble to begin with.
Too funny.
Too bad we couldn't bring Troy with us.
Yeah, he would have loved this.
Could have nerded out with everybody.
Yeah, he's very much a fan of the cask conditioned
Oh, the
ales.
cask beers?
Yes.
I do love a cask nerd.
English styles, German styles, yeah. And
so you guys were coming to the joint with the 4 beer engines, and you didn't bring the man who likes the English.
He's down in the Dells.
He was invited. He had his chance.
that's the other thing. I don't know how long you've been in Wisconsin, but the Dells is the big thing.
Water parks, right?
Yeah,
lots and lots of water parks.
I've been here 13 years. I still haven't been to the Dells.
You're not missing that much.
I know, and I don't look that great in a swimsuit. So
I was kind of my concern.
Yeah,
I look good in winter clothes.
I grew up in South Dakota. We're fine without a water park.
Don't need all that. I got you. Too much flair.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than you're in the middle of winter, pasty white. Let's go put on a swimsuit and pretend that we're outside in sunshine. You're not outside in sunshine.
No.
That sounds blinding.
Yeah, it's very
on the right
blinding.
kind of light.
Especially
It is.
on a cold day in Wisconsin.
No, I'm not.
Especially when you got a lot of Wisconsin beer drinkers that are all taking their shirt off at the same time.
This is getting worse and worse every factor you guys add. I'm saying.
sorry.
But water slides make it better. There is that.
And in some of these resorts, I have to assume there's a pub, right? So you
there's
drink it, and it's better. All right,
there's
good.
drinking
That's
everywhere.
There we
Yeah.
go. All right,
Absolutely, it is Wisconsin. But we digress.
Yes.
Always.
Fun tangents.
So CO2. This is a fantastic beer, by the way, and we haven't gotten to that. It is really delicious.
Yeah, I love the dry roasty.
Yes.
So both of these are flagships of our beers. We almost always have, barring whole scheduling snafu there. We almost always have these 2 beers on, and when people say I want a dark beer, these are the 2. And you have to give them some quick words about it. People don't want to ingest 12 years of Cicerone study, about these beers. So I always tell them If you like coffee, if you like those drier, roastier, and then that creamier mouthfeel to it, go Public House Pint. But the White Horse Porter, it's got a little bit more of that chocolate, a little bit more on the sweeter edge on that one. So do you want that sweet end of roast like chocolate, or do you want that dry end of roast like coffee? Little quick words to get them pick which one
Give
is
people
the
to
best.
think about their beer a little more.
Definitely a good way to describe both of these.
Yeah, absolutely.
People know
Other
what
than
they
delicious.
like and they don't like. They just don't always have the words. You gotta help them find the words.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So it was a great run of beer. So thank you very much, Layla. We appreciate
Thank
that.
you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you haven't already done so, get your hot passport.
Again, McFleshman's is a
Yes.
stop in the Hot Passport.
Absolutely.
I have 2 stamps. I can get you either end of the bar.
That's great. 2 stamps. Jeez.
Last
We
year I
can
saved it.
get a whole run of people in here and just stamp away.
No waiting.
Yeah,
No waiting.
absolutely.
Beers
That's great.
right away.
That's great. And so there's 80. The stained glass. Oh yeah, you should definitely come in for the stained glass. Andy's in the way, but
I am in the here. Let me.
You guys snug out.
you know what
Snug
the best thing is? Just come here and see it for yourself.
That's true. It
this
is
one?
good.
Because it's
There
a
it
great
is.
place. Get your hot passport, get your McFleshman's stamp, and then get the 80 some other stamps that you need to fill it up.
There's a few other in the Fox Valley. You can probably get to them all in a day.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
get a
Couple days.
hotel room,
Yeah.
get some Ubers around here.
Yep.
It'll be a good time.
And you can hit 4 without even moving your car right here.
Oh.
I mean, you got to walk a little bit. It's got to be a warm day, but you could hit 4.
That'd be a good day.
See?
Yeah,
Like that?
absolutely. So if you haven't already done it, you should check us out on social medias, but then you should definitely check McFleshman's out on social medias too. So you guys are on Facebook and Instagram and all that good stuff?
All the socials.
All the socials.
All the
so
socials.
check them out on all the socials. Check us out on all the socials, including YouTube, which if you haven't already done, you should definitely subscribe.
Yep. Also,
So-
if you listen to podcasts, we do have a podcast version of this show
That's
as
right.
well.
Good point. Yes.
So find us
if you
on
don't
Spotify,
if you don't like
iTunes.
looking at us, which I couldn't blame you if you didn't like looking at us. I
Just
don't
talking
like.
about us too. Layla.
Yes,
Layla's
Layla's
I wore
fine.
my good hat for
Layla's,
this. I
Layla's
mean,
not on
come
every
on.
week. The rest of us, yeah, I could see if you would have gotten tired of seeing us by now. So do all of that, and then hit the bell. I know Alex does. Oh, did he have it? Oh my goodness, he is quick. Hit the bell. That
comment,
way, Thursday
subscribe.
mornings at 5 a.m., you can wake up to a new video from Taproom Travelers. Yes. Anyway, so from all of us at Taproom Travelers, thank you, Layla, for hosting
Thank you.
us.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week, everybody. Prost.
Cheers.
By now, you've probably figured out that we like visiting different breweries, and we've been pretty vocal about one of our favorite travel companions, Hot Passport. When you visit any of the breweries highlighted inside, you either get 2-for-1 pints or buy one, get one. That means you only have to visit a fraction of the breweries we do to get your money's worth. Visit hotpassport.com to get one featuring your state today. Hot Passport. Don't drink without yours.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, you can click down below where there's some more episodes for you to watch. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on episodes that you do watch. We hope to see you next time.